What's going on, man? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? Listen, man, if you need somebody to entertain you, make you laugh, you know, and many more, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kel, and I'm the guy you looking for. How y'all living today, man? I hope everybody living good. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. You could be anywhere in this world. You decided to come chill with your boy Kel, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We got a banger today. We got another banger by my boy Tyler. Tyler. I don't know how to say your last name, brother, and I don't want to disrespect you. So I'm going to just say Tyler O. You know what I'm saying? Tyler O. He be making the bangers, and we got a very special video today. But before we get into that video, y'all know what time it is, man. Shout out to the Dubby. Shout out to the Dubby. Come on, man. Shout out to the W. That's D-U-B-B-Y. Hey, man. Go to W.com. Scan the perimeter of the type of stuff that they got. Amazing. We got some good energy, man. No jitters. No jitters. You know what I'm saying? And when you find what you need and what you like, put in that discount code, man. You did. Capital Y, capital A, capital D, capital I, capital G, man. Get that 10% off. It's lovely. But yeah, man, let's get into the special video, like I was saying. You know, shout out to Tyler O. Once again, no offense, Mr. Tyler. I just don't know how to say your last name. And I don't want to disrespect you or your family. But he basically investigated the country that legalized all drugs. Legalize all of the drugs. Let's get into the video, man. Once again, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And if you're vibing out and you like your boy videos, like, share, and subscribe, man. Let's get to the video. But yeah, man, we got a special video. Before we start, let's go ahead and scan, bro, man. He already got the booty stinking face. What you got going on, my boy? And you got that look like a Duke jersey, that look like a Duke sweater. You already on bad terms with me, sir. You know what I'm saying? You're already on bad terms. But let's get to the video.
This is Portland, Oregon, the city that decriminalized every drug. This is Portugal, the country that also decriminalized every drug, but with insanely different results. What is the difference between Portugal's decriminalization and Portland's?
Well, the idea is legalize all drugs.
Why has Portugal had great success while Portland has failed?
Today, 2024, it's in people's faces.
Over the last year, I've documented the deadliest drug in human history, fentanyl, infiltrate nearly every major city in America, from Honolulu, Hawaii, to Anchorage, Alaska, to Kensington, Philadelphia, with drug overdose becoming the #1 cause of death for Americans under the age of 40 in 37 states.
In the last 3 years, I've seen well over 200 people that I know personally die from fentanyl overdose.
He said 200 people that he know died of fentanyl. Those big numbers. What's going on with her sock right here, man? No offense, man. I know you on that stuff, but some better socks.
It's almost everybody I know.
Yeah, now your son is fucking ODing in high school. 100%. Dead as shit, right?
Is he alive right now? Potential overdose? What can be done to stop this overdose epidemic? In 2020, Oregon passed Measure 110, decriminalizing the use and possession of all drugs, hoping it would help drug addicts feel more comfortable seeking treatment rather than hiding their drug addiction in the shadows in fear of being incarcerated. But in 2024, drug use and possession has been recriminalized and will take effect this September, initially taking inspiration from the drug policy in Portugal, who claims to have solved their drug issues with decriminalization as a key part of their strategy, has made me wonder if there's something else Oregon's experiment was missing besides just decriminalization.
Bro, what? First, I was going to say something at first, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. If drugs got you tooting it up like that, I think we got some other problems, sir. You shouldn't be tooting it up like that.
Criminalizing drugs.
Nearly 4 years after Oregonians voted to decriminalize hard drugs, the move has ignited controversy. All sides admit something isn't working. The question is, what now?
Like, if you die in public, you should have to go to recovery. Like,
What do you got for sale? MDMA?
I thought you
Drogas. Yeah, and make you lose your mind.
Okay.
So that is bad for health, man.
Oh man, I'm talking about like, there's volcanic activity and stuff like that and earthquakes.
Before
Yeah, big bro tweaked out. He on a different planet. Okay.
I go to Amsterdam and Portugal to see what Oregon may have been missing and what the United States can learn. I went back to Portland to see what the locals and drug addicts think about recriminalizing the use and possession of these drugs. Let's talk to the public here, see what they think. As you can see right behind me.
I don't like seeing people running around smoking their tinfoil and
Right here. Is this a common occurrence?
every day. Incredible. I've been
feel absolutely wonderful at all times, 150 times.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Got it.
Yeah, he not on Earth no more. He in Jupiter. He in space right now.
and I'm an old hippie, you know, we used to get stoned and everything like that, but we were respectful.
people are doing it in a specific way where, like, look at that.
Okay.
It's getting to a point where it's like you can do whatever you want to do.
It smelled like a toilet full of nasty ass shit, okay?
What? You was digging in his. Hey, bro, you was digging in your booty like that? That fat got you digging in your booty like that?
But at the end of the day, we still over here working hard to get it. We all can be homeless. We all could be on these kind of things. But at the end of the day, we choose to get out and walk a certain way and carry ourselves. We all have the capabilities to be less than, but we're choosing, like, we're having a conversation, we're dressed a certain way.
It basically gave open rein for everybody to just do dope. I'm not saying prison or jail is an alternative or is the best solution. I don't know what the best solution is.
How has the open air drug use impacted your business, if at all?
People don't feel safe. People coming here, for example, like tourists, may think, oh, I'm not safe here. But I do feel like, like a lot cleaner here than a few years back. Like you would see feces on the ground.
When did you notice that change, if at all?
Since last year.
I think there are people who have straightened out their lives because of maybe a rude awakening that incarceration presented in their lives, but I know that it's a revolving door. I would rather see other approaches tried.
Do you think Portland had enough time to see the results that they were intending?
No, and I also think we're such a political hotbed, both just locally and nationally, that the atmosphere isn't appropriate for it. I think there's just too many ulterior motives. There's a lot of money to be made in the justice and criminal systems, as well as like the recovery systems, and like our culture is another variable that's not always perfectly transferable to a place like Europe either.
Do you think it's a good thing to be able to use drugs in public and not be charged? No?
No, hell no. To be honest, there's just smells like
I think it exacerbated it. I think that it just made it a lot. You started seeing more of it everywhere. Instead of being something people did, behind closed doors, it was out in the open. We were enabling and even promoting drug use. They could go to a number of different organizations, and get clean needles, and I understand the reasoning behind that. Sure. Clean needles, crack pipes, whatever you wanted, they'd hand it to you, but they weren't really giving them resources. Like, this is where you can go if you want to get clean. And they weren't trying to help them together so that they could have a good life and a quality of life. They were just enabling their drug use.
There needs to be consequences. If there's no consequences, then people are going to do whatever they want.
Is it dirtier or more clean in the last month out here in Portland?
Man, with us, with Central City Concern out here, it's cleaner.
And I just noticed this syringe drop box right there. Do you have to empty those?
Man, I got a syringe drop box right here.
Do people even use those, or do they just throw them on the ground?
I don't know. Okay. I know that people do throw them on the ground, though. But they do a lot of, man, people look at these people like they like animals and shit. Man, it's not true, because a lot of them actually do have a little pride, man, as human beings, you know?
Bars? If that were a needle on the ground, you'd go.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Boom! Just like a needle fumble. This is happening everywhere, right?
It is.
Philly, Kensington. You seen Skid Row and shit, man. No, but today, 2024, it's in people's faces. Before they were able to point, right? Oh, look at all these drug addicts. Yeah, now your son is ODing in high school, 100%. Dead as shit. Right?
When you tell people that, oh, hey, you know what? Yeah, you can go and shoot up on the street corner. Here's a foil, here's needle. Well, what just happened to all of our businesses that were here? I was born and raised here. Where's the tourism?
I feel like if they want to do it in their house, they should do it in their house, not here. Yeah, as long as it's not on my bus.
So let me ask you, on this bus, do you have people often walk in doing drugs?
No, they light up on the bus.
Do you have to do anything about it?
That's wicked.
Can you do anything?
We shut the bus down for 20 minutes.
Yeah? Does that vastly impede and slow down the flow of bus traffic in the city?
Yes. Takes me out of service.
It happens daily. Matter of fact, when I left my apartment this morning and I was heading to go to an appointment, there's a guy, pants down, missing one shoe, needle in his arm, out.
Are you witnessing?
Probably tooting it up. I think it's so weird with this fentanyl stuff. Why does fentanyl be having these people tooting it up? Ass all up in the air. That need to be studied.
Police officers come and say, hey, sorry, man, we got to give you a fine.
No. When I parked down here a couple weeks ago, there were a couple of guys just doing it right there, right on 2nd, you know, that whatever that zombie drug is, you know, like.
Frank?
Yeah. And you see it still openly.
And I walked up and I kicked his foot because I'm not going to touch him.
Make sure he's alive, right?
Yeah, make sure he's alive. Sure. No response. Called 911. 911 didn't show up. What they did was they sent this street mental health group, you know.
Outreach group or?
Whatever they are.
What did they do? Did they administer Narcan?
No, they didn't do anything. They walked up and they're like, hey. And he just happened to move I was standing there and he just happened to move his head. And she's like, oh, well, he's fine. And they got back in their van and left.
Sure.
What is that?
Would you suggest forcible rehabilitation? Is that a solution? Some people
I don't like the word forcible. You can't force anything on anyone.
And I'm just shocked at what Portland has turned into. It goes both ways, but it is a result of the opioid epidemic, you know, and that goes back to the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors. They're just pushing that stuff on everyone, you know.
As someone who works in a restaurant.
No, that's facts though. It all starts when somebody get hurt, because I've heard multiple of times like, yo, these people, this person, they might have got in an accident either at their job or just in the street, man. They just get hurt. The doctors prescribe them opioids or painkillers or pain relievers. Then they start getting addicted to these things. They go from that to then the doctors stop prescribing them, but they love it. They go to fentanyl, or they go to meth, or better, more so than anything, they'll go to Xanax. They go from Xanax to shooting it. It's a crazy world out here, man. It does. I ain't gonna lie, it does. And I don't think some of the doctors is prescribing it because they care more so than anything, but it's all the money scam, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It affects business. It affects everything. Seriously. We had a guy come in one time. I kicked him out for wanting to do fentanyl in the bathroom. and he punched something off the wall, came back, and then threw poop on our window.
If they're going to recriminalize, is anyone going to go to jail from the Sackler family? You know, is anyone going to go to jail from the pharmaceuticals who started pushing this stuff? It's just a horrible situation.
I think decriminalizing it has definitely enabled people. You can see it. You see the overdoses, you know, the spike in fentanyl, you know, like Trank is a thing now. I mean, it's getting pretty serious. It's to be seriously addressed here. I mean, it's like a war zone.
Do you think recriminalizing drug use and possession will help your situation as a business owner downtown?
So my opinion about that is decriminalizing it. Exactly what that man had just said, man. I mean, you're giving these people free will to do the drug and have no punishment for it. That's not good. Once you put a crime attached to it, one, they're not. They'll stop. They'll definitely hide it. They won't do it all up in the open, and it would just, you know, it will help them a lot better with just situations. Because I definitely feel like if you get locked up for it, man, that stuff isn't in the prison. I don't know. So you have no choice but to get, you know what I'm saying? You have no choice but to get, you know, rehabilitated.
Tom?
I think it will initially help it, but do I think it's really the help we need in the long run? I'm not sure. It's like we need to have a better path to recovery and a path where you're forced into recovery sometimes. You can't just keep committing, and then there's no repercussion to it. Like if you die in public, you should have to go to recovery.
Sure.
That should be like, that's my bottom line.
I think these people need treatment and help, and I think there's still a lot of hope for them. I just don't think open use is healthy by any means for anybody. I don't think you give up on people.
What has happened here since 2020 is insane. I have feelings for these people. I care. But at the same time, I pay taxes, a lot of money to be here, and we need to be able to run a business.
Are we witnessing the collapse of the United States of America?
Yeah, you know,
think so?
It looks like it's happening right before our eyes.
How we deal with drug addiction needs to be completely different than the way we're doing it now. So that's sad.
We're going to try to figure it out. Everyone seems to be in pretty unanimous agreement that criminalizing homelessness and putting people in jail is probably not the solution, but decriminalizing it and facilitating enabling drug use is also probably not the solution. There's something a little bit more nuanced here. The solution's somewhere in the middle, it seems. But what do the local drug addicts think about the recriminalization of the drugs they use on a daily basis? I met up with local street photographer Tara, aka Cocaine Michelle, to talk with some of the addicts downtown. All right, take the lead.
Let's go across the street into the gates of Chinatown.
Seems like Chinatown in every city out here has a lot of drug use and homelessness.
If you want Portland back, do you?
Sure.
Great. Portland, Chinatown, that's the devil's playground.
But how much has the devil's playground changed since the last year I've been here? Has it gotten better or worse? Do you think it should be a crime to use drugs?
No, it saves lives.
If it was regulated, you know, that it would be clean, it would be dosed right, kind of like marijuana, and because people are going to do it anyway.
There's people that you never ever will, they never ever will quit using it unless they go to prison.
And the harm reduction you've seen out here that saves some lives, in your opinion?
I need to get with Governor Tina Kotek and put up 3 radio towers around the whole TriMet system map. It's a drop in her pocket. I want to get with the local 29 Iron Workers Union, get that up in the air for college radio. God forbid, natural.
Yeah, I think he on like the most purest and highest form of that fit. Cause what you talking about, big bruh?
Disasters.
Think the apocalypse is impending?
No, man. I'm talking about like you know, there's volcanic activity and stuff like that, and earthquakes.
It seems to be same old Portland, but a little less.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, he on the highest form.
Densely populated with tents.
They get shuffled around.
So, for instance, I'm pretty certain I've talked to some people right here.
Hey, he gone. And he in the sun with it too. He got a gray jump. He got the gray pants on with the gray hoodie in the sun.
Pretty hot spot for drug use.
Question for you, sir. We're trying to talk to the public and figure out their thoughts on the recriminalization of drugs out here in Portland. What was your name?
I'm Jay.
Jay? I'm convinced we've met before.
Jay.
My name's Tyler, Jay. Good to meet you. Jay, what are you shooting up here? Xylazine? No.
Good old fashioned white meth.
I'm convinced I literally met you somewhere around here like 10 months ago.
Yeah, September when I was out there in front of the subway.
Okay.
I was fucking real sick. Matter of fact, a couple days before I wound up going back to the hospital, and
somebody that
they'd taken a couple of my toes, and
he got a good memory.
Yeah, so it's recriminalization. It never should have been decriminalized to begin with.
Okay.
It gives, look what happened when they did decriminalize it. They really didn't give it enough time to. They're just now getting these programs up and running.
Got it.
You had COVID going on. They didn't have the basis to decriminalize and get what they wanted out of all that. This is ridiculous what's going on out here.
Yeah.
And you could see the route the dope boy took from fucking overdose to overdose down through the block. You had one up here, you had one over here on this corner, you had one down there on the bottom corner. Fire department didn't even know which one to get first.
Do you carry Narcan with you out here?
No, I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
They want to fix this problem. Stop giving these kids Narcan.
Let them die?
The problem will fix itself.
That's interesting. That's a pretty Darwinian way to look at it. Here, have you seen people die on these streets?
In the last 3 years, I've seen well over 200 people that I know personally die from fentanyl overdose. It is.
What do you think can be done to save lives out here? Stop these deaths?
I don't know. I really don't.
Are harm reduction services handing out foil like they used to?
No, they don't.
Not anymore?
No, they say they don't really have any resources for anybody.
Okay. Ran out of money?
I don't know it.
I don't know if that's a man or a woman.
That's their problem is.
Okay. Explain actually, yeah.
Was completely full of tents like last week.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
It seems like I'm looking at familiar faces down there. They don't disappear. Some of them obviously die.
Yeah.
But it seems like one spot to the next to the next.
A drag. I kind of think that Oregon should follow in the footsteps of some of these other countries that they've actually decriminalized a lot of stuff.
Portugal?
Yeah, Portugal, Sweden, some of those countries over there. Send a group of people over there to check that stuff out. Quit checking out out here on the street because everybody's just going like this in circles chasing their tail. Go over there and just check it out and see how things went. And we could learn some stuff from maybe some of those countries that were able to do that.
I agree. But before I go to Portugal, I want to first teleport to Amsterdam. You see, people from all over the world come to Amsterdam to do drugs and have a good time doing them. I'm mainly talking about weed, cocaine, LSD, and ecstasy. But in the 70s, they experienced a heroin epidemic.
The master is heroin, and virtually everyone you see here comes to buy, sell, or use it. Nearby, junkies inject each other in broad daylight.
I've never seen anything that is as concentrated as this. I've never seen anything as open as this.
Problem has become so bad that police officials and politicians admit privately the battle is lost. The city of Amsterdam is slowly moving away from a policy of prohibition to one of accommodation,
leading them to adopt harm reduction in the 80s at the height of the crisis, and were the first in the world to implement a safe needle and syringe exchange program. They were, at the time, the redheaded stepchild of drug policy in Europe, but now many look to Amsterdam as an example of drug policy done right, including a lot of Portland activists that fought for the decriminalization of drugs in the first place. Before I talk with some of the experts who explain their laws and why they believe they work, what do the locals here think about these laws, drug use, and if there are real problems with drug addiction and homelessness like you see in the States? Do you think they should sell heroin at coffee shops?
Nah, it's a little bit too far, I think.
What do you think?
I think everything from, marijuana, cocaine, sometimes in places where you can control it,
Okay.
Yeah.
Use Molly and cocaine. Is it pretty easy to get your hands on out here?
Personally, I wouldn't know, but
Hey, I'm not a Fed.
Yeah. I would never,
Oh, actually?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
He was like, hold up, bro. You kind of sound like the feds or something. Like, Why you ask me that? He had to really look at his word. He had to really think about his words. He said, "Hold up, I think he might be the feds." I don't know nothing about that, bro. Not me personally. I ain't never did no. You could tell it in his eyes.
Actually? Despite Amsterdam being a known drug tourism hub with over 160 plus coffee shops, basically little weed dispensaries, it's important to realize that all drugs, including even weed, are illegal, yet possession of less than 5 grams of ganja was decriminalized as of 1976, and the use of other drugs like cocaine, hash, magic mushrooms, and ecstasy is mostly tolerated, and if you get caught by the police, they can confiscate them, but you won't get fined as long as it's in small amounts. Basically, recreational use warrants a slap on the wrist, if that. It's illegal, but people do it and no one cares. On top of that, Amsterdam also has drug testing labs where you can test the purity of the drugs you want to use to have a good time and get the results instantly. And did you come here to use drugs?
Yes.
So like Molly?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, so only
Molly?
Yes.
Did you like it?
No, but because I am a runner. But too funny to try is okay. But in my opinion, it's bad.
Are you on Molly right now?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, you could tell.
Yet despite Amsterdam's extremely accepted relationship of drugs, you'd be hard-pressed to find a drug addict living in a tent outside or smoking fentanyl or heroin on the streets like you would in the US. But why?
I would say I don't do drugs, and I don't think they should be legal.
Yeah, me as well, actually.
For me, I think it's bad, especially for like the people that want to come here and like enjoy Amsterdam. But
people just high out of their minds out here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, ruins the purity of the experience out here a little bit?
Yeah,
okay, what about you, man?
For me, it's fine actually, but as I said before, it's not my opinion. I don't support that. But we also support freedom.
Do you need water?
No.
Oh, okay, you're good. So you're high right now?
Yes.
No, he looked like he was geek. I could tell off the rip. I was like, yeah, he either a little slow or he high.
How was your trip? You feel good right now? Yes. Now I use jam yesterday. Today I don't smoke, so I am okay, and it's not very strong the effect.
Hey, well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Want to give you a fist bump. Good to meet you.
Ciao, thank you.
All right, ciao, see ya.
We have a mayor right now who wants to decriminalize soft drugs, marijuana, cocaine, party drugs essentially. I think there's a lot of logistics that need to be figured out with decriminalizing them.
Why do you think the U.S. has such severe drug problems compared to the Netherlands or Amsterdam in this case?
Maybe a mentality of, a war against versus working with people here.
Sure.
I don't have a problem with the drugs.
Okay.
Everything can be legal, it's my opinion.
Do you guys have any big drug problems here in the Netherlands?
I don't think so. Maybe there is, in some places, there is a little bit more problems than other places. But
sure. It's very clean. Very few people seem to be on the streets dying. We'll start off with what drugs, if any, do you think should be legal, if any?
Antibiotics, mild painkillers, muscle relaxants, antihypertensives.
Maybe, some of them definitely should be legal, but not all of them. Maybe light drugs like weed or, I don't know.
Like some mushrooms?
Yeah, or something.
What are your thoughts on, let's say, heroin?
It should be illegal, I think, because it destroys people's lives. So
most cardiac meds, anti-seizure meds, insulin.
Oh wow! All right, you got a full list.
I'm a nurse.
Okay, let's talk about OxyContin, fentanyl. Those are medically.
They're narcotics. Would I want them legalized? They are legal in the U.S. with a prescription. I would assume it's the same here.
Let's say it was legal, regulated, safe. Would that be better for a society or group of people that already is addicted to it and dying off of it?
As a paramedic, fentanyl should never be legalized.
Okay.
It's a killer. Now, marijuana, yes.
What about fentanyl?
Fentanyl? I don't really know what this is.
Okay, that's crazy.
Fentanyl? I don't even know what that is about.
Really? Where are you guys from?
The UK. Like Leeds.
And you guys are high right now?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, on weed?
Yep.
Do you guys think anything harder than weed should be legal?
Like what though? Like heroin?
Let's say like coke, heroin. Ecstasy.
Not coke, because coke's like aggressive, gets you like aggressive in it. So probably maybe psychedelics.
Yeah.
I think anti-abortion stuff has shown that yes, you can ban things, but banning it only pushes it underground and makes it more expensive and more dangerous.
Let me ask you this then. Should fentanyl be legal without a prescription, let's say?
I'm going to say no.
Take the head off the snake.
Okay.
And you have to go to the source where it's coming from and get rid of the source.
So obliterate the cartel, obliterate these manufacturing plants.
That would be wonderful if we could.
Do you guys have any drug problems here in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Lots of shit.
Yeah.
Especially the tourists.
A lot of drug tourism?
Yeah.
What do they do here?
Nothing. Just do drugs. They don't spend money on good food, only on drugs.
I see. Do you guys think most recreational drugs that aren't, let's say, heroin or maybe even coke should be legalized?
No.
Do you think ecstasy should be legal?
I just did it once, twice. It was good, but personally, I have a friend.
He might be high off it right now.
So,
and that shirt is hella tight.
it started like this, once per week, and then it was litter every day or every 2 days.
Oh, shoot.
He lost control. In just 2-3 months, he became an addict. In the beginning, I say no, everybody can be safe from that, but then with the time pass and you see the reactions, the excuses, the eyes.
What drugs do you think should be legal, if any?
Should be legal, and mushrooms, and marijuana.
Marijuana, that's it. Anything harder than that?
I don't think so.
Would you ever do cocaine?
No, that's madness.
Would you ever do Molly?
No. The best solution for all these problems is to allow people more or less to use. But the problem is became bigger and bigger. It's going to be a health issue. And not only in Amsterdam.
I don't want to put you in a spot here. I'm not a Fed either. Where do people get their drugs if they're not buying off the streets out here?
Other people. I personally, I don't really do drugs.
I don't do drugs. I believe you. I'm against drugs.
Blow hard.
It's a radio, you muppet.
I know people who do, obviously, and you just get people's phone numbers, social medias.
I've seen like the Telegram group chats too. You pay with the Bitcoin. I don't know if that's a scam, but
yeah, there's ways.
Yeah.
Well, if this is the American market, then give people safe needles.
Okay.
For free, condoms for free, abortion for free.
What drugs do you think should be legal, if any?
I think they've done well with the legalization of cannabis here, how you can only smoke it in certain places and you're not allowed to smoke it out in public, that sort of thing.
Do you think the coffee shops are a pretty good idea?
I think they're a good idea because it sort of provides a safe place to do them, and so you're not, getting them from dodgy people. I think other drugs, when you start going into harder stuff, can start to get a bit dangerous. I think they've hit the nail on the head here, to be honest, with the rules and the laws around drugs.
Were you here during the heroin crisis in the 70s?
I was in the small street there, Dam Street. There was a student bar. I was a bouncer there. I had to fight the junkies. They came inside our pub, and then they asked for a coffee. And then you wait 5 minutes, and suddenly you saw they went to the toilet, and the spoon of the coffee was gone.
Okay.
So you knew what was going on.
Of course.
I've been attacked by them with knives, and
you were pretty buff back then?
Yeah.
Would you linebacker tackle them or what?
So what happened,
I grabbed them, lift them up, and walked them out and put them on the street.
What do you think solved the heroin crisis back then? Why don't I see many drug addicts on the streets out here today?
Well, we got the special. They get needles and places where they can safely inject.
I see.
I think that if you have replacement things, which also give you a nice boost, you can easily quit the heavy ones, and also the
like methadone, Suboxone.
Yeah, methadone is the word I was looking approach.
What advice do you have for the United States to reduce the opioid overdose deaths?
Give everybody who is in jail for weed, for soft drugs, freedom again, immediately. The country with 330 million people walking around, the big 10 cities around California, in California, like Los Angeles, like people sleep on the streets. What the fuck?
We got more weed. Off to the red light district we go. More wisdom shall be found. And while I was trying to interview some people in the red light district, I walked up to this dude. He asked me if I wanted to buy some ecstasy. So I asked him if I could interview him. He saw the camera and began freaking out.
Hey, don't play, I tell you already.
How we doing? What do you got for sale? MDMA?
Hey, I tell you bullshit.
For one thing, he would not have hit me like that. Had his ass slept, he would have been sleeping. Simple.
Oh, f you, man.
Hey, I tell you, or give me.
Alright, so we got this drug dealer trying to sell me MDMA. And he's tweaking on me right now, and he kicked me like a little soccer player. F you, man. Alright, we're getting out of here. Goober tried to sell me some ecstasy. I denied. I can't believe he kicked me. So in search of confirming or denying the reality that drug addicts living on the streets using hard drugs in public here in Amsterdam was near impossible, I pulled up to what used to be the drug epicenter of Amsterdam in the 70s and 80s that used to be rampant with drug use and crime. We're in the Zeedijk neighborhood. In the 70s, this place was the epicenter of the heroin crisis. A big open-air drug market was right here. Now, not the case. This place is clean, freshly gentrified, nice, decent, solid neighborhood, which goes to show a neighborhood can in fact be recovered. Think of the Skid Rows, the Tenderloins out there. It's not over. It's nice out here. But why? What did they do to fix it? How was it saved? So I met up with Dennis Leahy, director of MDHG, an organization committed to helping drug users, homeless people, and is pushing for the legalization of all drugs. One of your guys' mission statements is to decriminalize most drugs in Netherlands, or what?
Well, the idea is legalize all drugs.
Okay.
Prohibition isn't working. With every product you have, whether it's legal or it's illegal, you have to deal with production, distribution, and consumption. And drugs have always been there. It's a fact of life that people use drugs, even animals use drugs.
With that being said, I want to zoom us back in time
They got
to
the
80s
monkeys
and talk about
smoking
the
cigs.
heroin crisis here in Amsterdam. Tell me, how did Amsterdam come to this heroin crisis?
Yeah, I was in the 70s.
Okay.
First of all, Amsterdam was the middle of the earth. At that time, a lot of hippies went to Amsterdam. There was already a lot of experimentation with drugs, with LSD, with cannabis, with hash, and stuff like that. Some of the main causes are that drugs coming to New York from China through Marseille, and that chain was shut down. And they moved it to Amsterdam. At the time, Suriname became independent. In former times, it was a colony of the Netherlands. So a lot of Suriname people came to the Netherlands because they could get a passport, but didn't get the proper job. We had American soldiers who came back from Vietnam and started traveling around Europe and finding a place in Amsterdam. So all these different factors came together and get out of that situation. People cry out for help, start helping them.
And how did you guys do that in the 70s?
First of all, of course it was illegal, but we as an organization didn't reach out to people thinking, oh, you're doing something illegal, so we're gonna punish you or stuff like that. No, we want to help you. I've seen a lot of people being addicted to heroin or base coke for 20, 25 years, never ever gonna quit. And we started helping them with their financial problems, with psychiatric problems, with housing. Great start. Make sure people can sleep inside and have their own place. And then they had all this together, and then they started figuring out, why do I even use drugs? Well, we started thinking about the drug markets themselves. One of the things, of course, was that we started with the coffee shops. Separating cannabis from all the different drug markets was a very good thing to do. But we already started with the coffee shops themselves, having legal distribution points for cannabis, making the consumption legal. People who want to experiment with drugs already got the message from, there's a big difference between heroin and cannabis. So if you want to experiment with drugs and you go to a coffee shop, people who were shooting heroin at the time, they shared their needles. At that time, hepatitis B was
That's crazy.
A big problem. Exchanging the needles, people would get hepatitis B. Started a program in which people can get easy access to needles, so they didn't have to exchange that anymore.
Dennis's core belief is that the heroin was available regardless. Therefore, giving it to those who are going to use it no matter what in a legally and regulated way would then undercut and destroy the black markets, decrease profit incentive for the dealers, and cause users to avoid using potentially dirty, laced heroin sold on the streets. I met up with Hans from Legalize, who believes legalizing heroin and giving it to the addicts for free was an obvious choice for Amsterdam. And what do you do here?
I do many things in the realm of drug policy here.
Okay.
It should be said, many of them died.
Okay.
Yeah. They all stopped injecting.
Okay.
Yeah, because we found out that smoking is much better for your health than injecting it. And we did give them clean syringes, which was a great way to contact them and then tell them like, hey, how are you doing? And,
do you think if they were forced into some forcible rehabilitation, they would have survived?
We saw most people die after they came out of prison, and you can't keep them in prison for their whole life for consuming something that they want.
How did they die?
It does happen that if people come out of jail, they overdose really quick.
They just are excited to get back to the drug and get straight into it?
They overdose quite quickly, and they go deeper than they've ever been. From there, we started with the experiments together with Switzerland to give away free heroin. And due to its success, it's now a full program that you just saw the front door of.
So tell me about Housing First. What is Housing First, and do you think it's a good or bad thing?
Housing First is a great thing.
I don't know, man. I feel like for me, man, I don't think you can benefit out of giving it to them for free, man. I just you're basically spoon feeding it to them now at this point.
I think if you don't have a house, then you live a very bad situation, very unhealthy.
Do you believe someone addicted to heroin, let's say, could maintain a home if it were given to them? So that's not in conflict with the drug addiction or the habit. That's a common belief in the States, at least.
I really wonder why that is.
The idea of not giving these people free housing, food, and whatever else they needed was entirely foreign to the Dutch mind. For Amsterdam, hardcore drug addiction was a health problem and not so much an act of criminality or laziness like how many view it in the United States.
One thing you need to understand about drug crises is that the people who come to the MDG, for example, they have a lot of problems. About 90 to 95% of the people who come to us use the drug as a form of self-medication. It's because of sexual abuse. Fathers who've been beating them up, working in a system as a child already in youth care. Those are the problems you need to do something with. When you're dealing with a drug crisis, it's not the drug crisis, it's the people's crisis.
Do you think involuntary rehabilitation or forced rehabilitation is a solution to someone addicted to a hard drug on the streets?
No, it doesn't work. Your target should be getting people a good life. We have a lot of members who are still using drugs on a very regular basis. And they lead a good life, and the drug use helps them to have an ordinary life. I think that should be your target. And you can see if you help people get a better life, then the drug problems will go down. One of the reasons why people don't improve their situation is because nobody's ever nice to them. And if nobody's ever nice to you, why do you want to walk the path with those people?
Sure.
I've had people crying just because they went into us and said, "You're doing nice to me."
So human kindness is lacking in a lot of these organizations and governments, and you're tearing up a little bit. You're getting emotional on me.
Yes, of course, of course.
At the core, you think people are leaving people behind when it comes to drug use? People see these drug users and say, these people are trash and they don't deserve help?
Course.
Yeah.
That's the word, junk.
Junkie, right?
We call people junk. These people have been through such a lot why they started self-medication. And then as a system, we react with punishment and spitting at them and stuff like that.
And then it's almost like it aggravates the drug problem. These people continue to look down upon them and they continue to self-medicate even harder. And so what if I'm a drug consumer and I say, my answer and what I want is to use more drugs until I die? Would there be a world where I'm involuntarily rehabilitated?
So, you know, there's not a single person is the same. So it's quite difficult to oversee this situation. So we will put a net of safeguarding around this person and give him his dose of heroin or whatever he says he needs. With that, he will be able to control his own problem and we will help him with that.
It's legally distributed by the municipality, and the people who are in the program do that on a legal basis. In many cases, these are people who have been addicted to heroin for a long time, have been trying to stop, but that didn't work out. So now they can go to the municipality and get legal heroin twice a day. This works great.
What is this right here?
We call this the heroin facility. This is where people who have their habits of heroin consumption, we give them free heroin, medicinal grade heroin, and we give them like housing. We look what they need in their life. With that, we tackle the whole opiate crisis that we had here in the 80s.
These drugs are still technically illegal if they're being used for non-medicinal purposes in Amsterdam. Portugal has gone balls to the wall and decriminalized all drugs across the entire country since 2001. So what does a country that's decriminalized drugs for the last 20 plus years look like compared to what I just saw in Portland? And more importantly, what did the locals here think about Portugal's unique drug policy? I headed to Portugal's capital city of Lisbon to find out.
This is where my great-great-grandfather fled after hitting a man in the head with a rock. And my cousin also visited Portugal and got hit by a bus. So there's some dark lore here.
Descriminalizar.
See.
Não, bad idea.
Bad idea.
Yes.
Why?
Drugs is prejudicial for life, my friend.
Oh, drogas.
Não queres drogas?
Ei. Oi. Que es tu problema? Que es tu problema?
Drogas leves, drogas pesadas, tudo depende. Leves, ok.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going out there, I gotta have a strap. Big bro, you ain't gonna just, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about to just grab me like that, big bro. I'm gonna have to pack you up. They legalize drugs, they better legalize a gun. I'm getting this spit.
Pesadas, depende.
Que es tu problema? Oi. Bien ou não?
Eu acho que não.
Não?
Não.
Muitas drogas aqui em Portugal ou não?
Muitas.
Ok. Problema grande aqui?
Sim, problema grande.
Descriminalizar as drogas aqui é uma má ideia?
Droga?
Drogas.
No, that's a bad idea. We don't like that in Portugal here. We don't like.
Don't like it?
No, we don't like it.
Why is it a bad idea?
Because drogas make something bad in healthy and make you lose your mind.
Okay.
So that is bad for healthy, man.
Eu acho que é uma má ideia. Acho que sim.
Okay, gracias. Man, I wish we spoke Portuguese.
I think it's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah? More safe for the users and the public?
Yeah, for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay.
Bien o no? Legales. ¿Sí? ¿Qué es la droga de prefiero?
Come on, man. Look at Break By. He high right now. He don't know what you talking about.
En los streets.
Cocaína branca e xaxi.
¿Qué es tu prefiero?
Branca.
Não, é uma boa ideia.
Ok, bueno.
Péssima ideia. Muito má ideia. Droga faz mal à saúde, nunca pode ser legalizada, certo?
Oh, yo, there's our boy. Yo. Mi amigo.
Tweet up. I told you.
He's climbing buildings
like
now.
I said,
to be fair, I've only
right
seen
now.
the one guy who was climbing the tower earlier. Beyond that, I've seen two people that are homeless on the streets in massive major tourist area. I think that'd be tough to find in the US. Muy mala idea?
Acho que é uma má ideia.
Sim?
É uma ideia.
Pô, a droga faz mal. Nós somos jovens e como jovens não podemos aderir à droga.
Estraga a vida das pessoas.
Porque dependendo da droga, pra mim faz muita diferença. As pessoas vão viciar e pra mim droga não é bom em nenhum sentido, nem liberar nem não liberar.
Do you think people should go to jail for using drugs out here?
No.
No? That's too harsh?
Yeah.
It should be legalized, let's say. I mean, why not? It doesn't endanger anyone, so why not?
What about like fentanyl?
Yeah, them boys.
That's very bad.
Yeah,
That's very bad. That shouldn't be legal. That's very dangerous for...
A little weed, pretty good.
Yeah.
¿Qué drogas es mal?
Cocaína, crack, heroína, LSD.
It seemed like the broader public here was surprisingly somewhat mixed in their opinion of decriminalizing anything beyond what they called soft drugs like weed, while at the same time not quick to think that jail time was a solution for hard drug use or addiction. So I met up with Dr. João Goulão, National Drug Coordinator for Portugal, who's credited as the architect for Portugal's.
Yeah, you know, that's we're not gonna watch the full video. We're gonna watch just about right about here. But yeah, man, my opinion on all of that, man, you know, you should really consider not making it legalized, man. I feel like you're more so hurting than you're healing. I don't know what would make it seem like it's a good idea to legalize that, but that's definitely not helping. It should always be illegal, and you should have a sense of consequences behind whatever people are doing, because I personally feel like if there's a consequence behind it, then you have a better chance of an individual not doing it. That's my opinion. But yeah, man, that's the end of our video, man. Once again, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And if you made it this far, hey, man, go on and shout me out, man. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, man. But before we go, man, tap into the W. Tap into the W, man. Like I said, man, great quality energy drink, man. But once again, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You were chilling with your boy Kel, and I'm out.